Hey, good morning, everyone. Wednesday, the 10th of June, 2020. Title of this video, An Introduction to Devon Stack. Devon Stack, quite the YouTube creator from the channel Black Pilled. Of course, referring to the third option to the red pill, blue pill of the Matrix. And I don't think there was a black pill in the Matrix, but I only saw it once, nevertheless. I want to play a little snippet here. The bad news for y'all is you see the screen is black. Yeah, well, I've got my battle grade day glow green vest sitting right next to me, but you're gonna have to listen to this one, and so you don't need to see my pretty face this morning. And I'm telling you, I'm looking pretty spiffy, pretty sharp, getting ready. I'm always getting ready because guess what? I got a lot of stuff to do today, and I'm gonna get it done. Having said that, I'm gonna jump in here and give you a little snippet of some of Devon's most recent work, kind of analyzing the aftermath of the last couple of weeks. It hopefully ended yesterday with the burial, but we'll see. I don't think it's over yet, and sitting on the edge of my wall here, waiting for the next wave of what have they got planned for us next. Nevertheless, you're going to jump in late on this snippet here, and just referring to the guy who got sentenced to mega years from the Charlotte incident a few years back. If you remember that, where Whites Unified actually showed up to an Antifa rally. Yeah, and it was quite an amazing thing how lambasted one side was. Trump made the fatal mistake of saying, well, there was good on both sides. Well, you can't have that narrative when we're divided and our enemy is united through their diversity. Nevertheless, people, I'm going to crank up the volume here, and I'm going to let you listen for a little bit, and then we're going to end this video, and maybe the next video you'll get to see my pretty face and my day glow green. Okay, here we go.
James Fields like 400 fucking years or whatever the fuck he had to do for doing less than what we've seen looters do for the last 2 goddamn weeks, who are not going to be prosecuted. So you can keep fighting over insignificant interpretations of different Bible verses or even whether or not the Bible itself is just some fairy tale or not. Just don't look outside your window. We have to be united, guys. We have to be united. We have to be brothers. And I don't care if that means you have a pagan brother, an atheist brother, a Catholic brother, an Orthodox brother, a Mormon brother. As long as we all share the same basic values and we all believe in the virtue of reason and rationality, justice, not social justice, not hyphenated justice, justice, then we can have diversity among us. We need to stop fighting over what color we want the curtains to be when we haven't even built the house yet. The enemy is literally at the gates. They're scaling the fucking walls. And instead of rushing together as brothers to meet them, to fight them, to keep them out of your castle, you're arguing about the color of the curtains in the castle they're about to burn down. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of all this useless bickering. Bickering about things that aren't going to goddamn matter when they're burning our fucking homes to the ground. Get your shit together. Bickering about details that don't matter because this isn't our country anymore. We are the outsiders. We are the subverters. In fact, if any metaphor was bad, it was probably the castle metaphor. Because we're not the ones in the castle. We're the ones in the slums. You know, the sad thing is, I was thinking the other day, why is it that we have such a hard time coming together? What is it about other groups that keeps them together? They have diversity in these other groups. There's atheist Jews. There's Hasidic Jews. There's Reform Jews. There's like a bunch of different kinds of Jews. But they don't have these problems of division. They stick together. So I was thinking about this, and I remembered a video that Adam Green did once, and he was talking about a survey they had done where they asked Jews, what is the thing that defines you as a Jew? What is the one thing that brings you together as a people? And there were all these different options. Was it the Talmud? Was it the ethnicity of being Jewish? Was it Israel? Was it the Holocaust? And they answered, and I forget the exact number, but with a great majority, that it was the Holocaust. And that's what I understood. Because look at black people, it's the same story. You have atheist blacks, you have Baptist blacks, you even have the blacks that think they're Jews, but they have solidarity. Why? Because just like the Jews, they have a persecution narrative. Theirs is slavery. Even the blacks whose families were never slaves, they identify with slavery. Just as Jews who had no family die in the Holocaust, they identify with the Holocaust. And for whatever reason, whites, not only do they not have a persecution narrative, even though for thousands of years whites have certainly been persecuted, as they are quite literally being persecuted right now. They've always looked down on this in other groups. They always say, oh, you're always trying to be the victim. You always want to be the victim. Don't be the victim. And it seems like an honorable thing to say. But it also seems like a major disadvantage. A disadvantage that right now is leading directly to a persecution narrative like the world has never seen. I don't want to wait around for that persecution narrative to get so real that it's burned into my genetic fucking memory. We need to get our shit together and start acting like brothers now. I don't give a goddamn that it's a cliche. We do have to stand together or we will hang separately. All this ego and machismo about ideological purity is going to get us killed. We stand together or we hang separately. For Black Pill, your brother, I'm your brother.
Okay, there we go, people. Just a little snippet from Devon Stack from blackpill.com. And check out his YouTube channel. Of course, I'll leave a link to this particular video, but I would recommend you go back and view some of his others. And quite interesting gentleman, quite interesting outlook. Another good point. Problem with the silent majority that many people think they belong to is they're silent. So everything gets done to us and around us, but we get nothing done back. And you know, for a guy who likes to get stuff done, that is an irritating situation to be in. So, strength or unity. Divided we are conquered. And I think it might just be even a little too late for Mr. Stack's sound advice. Okay, so what's up next? Nothing, except your watchman on the wall's watching. I'm waiting for the second wave, people. I think it's coming, and I think it's going to be a damn doozy. Okay, so I'm going to get out of this, and I'm going to go back over to here, and I'm going to tell you, yeah, it's only a 7-minute, 8-minute video here. Oh, Devon's video was 24 minutes, well worth your time. I mean, you don't have nothing to watch there. You could just listen to it like you were listening to Paul Harvey on the radio. And you know, I was compared to my video skills to Paul Harvey's 1960s radio broadcast. I'd love to have that measure of success. Paul Harvey crawled his way all the way to the top. You didn't get to see him doing videos. He had his noon show, and then he had his afternoon show, the rest of the story. Massive success. The face that was never seen, but the voice that was always heard. So, talking about that other a-hole that swung by the other day and popped a video on my channel, yeah, I'll take Paul Harvey's success rate any day. Okay, people, guess what? Stuff to do. You guys have a good day.